Hi, my name is Christina, and we've been using the LaserTouchOne since September 17th of 2011. We started using it on my son, who has spastic cerebral palsy. He has diaplegia, which means it affects the lower extremities of his body. My in-laws got it for us, thinking that it might help our son, and the first time we used it, my son, who has delayed speech, actually told my mother-in-law good job after his first session with the LaserTouchOne, which pretty much sold us on it right away. Not only by him telling us that it was working, but also by the fact that we could feel that it was working. Spastic cerebral palsy caused the muscles and tendons to be very tight and for his extremities to be very stiff. And at this time we were experiencing a lot of growth spurts with my son, which caused him to be even tighter and even stiffer. When we used the LaserTouchOne on his inner abductor muscles on the inner parts of his thighs, before we had used it, they were rock hard, almost like a golf ball was in his inner thigh. After we used it for the first time, we felt such a huge difference. The muscles are actually relaxed. Within the first couple of days of using the LaserTouchOne, my son started exploring more. He was more verbal, he was more explorative. We took him to see his physical therapist and occupational therapist 4 days after beginning to use the LaserTouchOne, and he was instantly showing differences. His occupational therapist picked up on it right away, and her comment was, "Wow, look at him go. He's doing things he's never done before." And to me, that was an automatic high five to the LaserTouchOne, because it showed me right then that it wasn't just us seeing the differences in my son. His therapists were seeing it as well. When his physical therapist came in to work with him, she automatically noticed the difference as well. She thought that we had stretched him before she had come in to work with him, and in fact that wasn't the case. We hadn't stretched him at all. And when I told her that, she was just floored. She couldn't believe it. And I told her that we actually hadn't stretched my son for the 4 days that we had been using the LaserTouchOne. She couldn't believe the difference. To put in even more and bigger emphasis on the LaserTouchOne, the Wednesday before we began using the LaserTouchOne, we were told by my son's CCS clinic doctor that he was not a candidate for Botox injections because he was so high tone, just real tight, and that the Botox injections wouldn't work for him. Well, we just recently saw the CCS clinic doctor again 2.5 months later, and my son qualifies. He has just completely changed. Everything about him has changed. His speech has developed, his willingness to use his walker, his ability to walk, his just overall mobility, his quality of life has improved so drastically. I cannot say enough about the LaserTouchOne. It has touched our lives in such a way that I can't share about it enough.